Hi, this is Dave. You're listening to the last podcast where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. If this is your first time listening, welcome. I appreciate you stopping by. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it, and I hope you continue to get tips, ideas, and value from listening to this podcast. Well, have you ever wondered, and I'm only saying this because, sometimes I just sit around and just think about things. But have you ever wondered, what is my next move? I mean, you've lived a life, and for you young people, maybe, that might not mean much to you because you're just starting to live. But you've been on this earth for 60 something years, and you start saying, okay, now that everything is out of my life, all your family, all of your loved ones, and you're trying to figure out what is it that you do next. I mean, outside of what you've been doing. For instance, like me, life insurance, computers, tech support, fixing computers, things of that nature, stuff like that, along with being a contractor, painter, stucco, texturing, taping bed, drywalling, all those things. Outside of all your skills, outside of all of the hats that you've worn, and you're at the last third or the last fourth of your life, and you say to yourself, what next? What should I do next? I'm at that point. I'm at that point saying, what next? Where do I go from here? You do your praying, you do your soul searching, you write down all your skills, you write down your skill sets, and then you write down, what do I want to do before I leave this earth? And some people might call it a bucket list or something like that. But what is it that I want to do? What are the things that I want to achieve before I leave this earth? And I started to think, I don't really have much like I used to. I had a list, and within the past month, that list has dwindled down from 40 items to maybe one or two. And I started saying to myself, what in the world is wrong? How did I go from like 40 something items on my list to like maybe one or two, maybe even three items? So I posed that question today. What is it that you want to leave or do before you leave this earth? And if you're like in your 40s or 50s or even 60s, what is it that you want to achieve at this point in your life? I mean, I am trying to find something that I would like to do that provides some purpose, a reason for getting up. That reason that you feel so excited to get up and go to bed late. That is the purpose that I'm talking about reaching. And, when you start thinking about it, okay, I've done all these things. Now, what do I want to do now with the rest of my life? And you start reading books, looking at magazines, trying to look at destinations where you might want to travel, or things that you might want to acquire before you leave and pass it down to a next generation. What is it that you want out of life? So how do you find out what it is that you would want? I mean, for me, I had to write stuff down. Like I told you, I had a list of 40 items, and it just dwindled down to like two to three, maybe even four items. Um, I look at those items and I say to myself, do I really want to do that? And that's how it dwindled all the way down. Okay. One of the destinations I wanted to travel to was Hawaii, Seattle, Washington. I don't really have a lot of places that I would like to travel to, even Colorado. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's depression, or maybe I feel I really don't care. There are just a couple of places that I can, maybe three or four places that I would like to travel to. And, Texas is a big place. I haven't even visited everywhere in Texas yet. So, I don't know if I want to start with that, especially for me, it might be in the fall where I wouldn't mind traveling, because in the summertime, I don't want to go anywhere in 100-degree weather. So you can hang that up. But what is it that you want to do? If you're single, is it somebody you want to meet? Do you want to find love, or do you want to find excitement? Do you want to find something that's exhilarating, something that captures every fiber of your being? I mean, something that really moves you from the inside out. What is it that you want in your life right now? When you think about it, I posed this question to a colleague of mine, and they were telling me, they were saying, you know what, I don't know what I like to do. I don't know what I want to do with the rest of my life. I just want to find some type of purpose, some purpose. So I know I wasn't the only one asking this question, but lo and behold, one of my colleagues was feeling the same exact way. And I started to think, how many people walk around with a smile on their face and just are generally not happy? Isn't that crazy? You may think it's easy if you found something that really excites you. You live on purpose, and you live with a purpose. But there are thousands of people who are lost. They just go day by day and don't have a purpose. It's not that they don't care. It's just that they haven't found that one thing that really drives them with ambition, desire, and, the ability to say, I found my purpose. There's thousands of people walking around like that. And you don't even know if they're right next to you. That's the crazy part. 9 times out of 10, when you're even in a store, I bet you are around at least 2 to 4 people who are not generally happy. I mean, they're happy with their family probably, but they could tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I'm not living my purpose. I believe there's more in life for me to do, experience, and live for. But they just don't know how to obtain it. Neither do I. I believe there's ways that we can go about doing it, like looking into magazines, reading books, reading newspapers, traveling, finding interesting things to do, and going out and meeting people on a daily basis and trying to find that one thing that might interest you. Even taking courses like I did. I figured I'll try a couple of different courses to find something that might interest me to the point where I am so excited that it's hard for me to go to sleep and it's hard for me to stay asleep. That's the type of purpose and passion I'm talking about. A lot of people are living in this world without passion, more or less a purpose. So that's just food for thought. I thought that I would really pose that question with you. What about you? Are you completely happy and you're completely passionate about where you are in your life today? If not, I think it's worth every effort to find out how to live with passion, how to live purpose on purpose. Hey, this is Dave. You're listening to the last podcast. guys have a great